Hello guys, this is Trader Maximum here, and today I will be running a review on how I was able to catch the high of the week on GBPUSD. Got it right from this very level on GBPUSD on the 6th of November 2023, being on Monday, the first day of the trading week. So stick around, and if this is the first time you're coming across my content, I advise you to do well to subscribe, follow, and like and engage so that you will be notified in case of subsequent educational contents like this. I'll be dropping from time henceforth over and over again. And yeah, I dropped this very setup on my public group on Telegram. You can as well check it out. I'll drop the link to the group in the description, or and just check around. You'll definitely see the link to join my public Telegram. So let's get it started. First of all, let's clear all this. So what was the first thing I had in mind that made me frame a bearish narrative for the week? The first thing I had in mind was the fact that, like, as you can see, the order flow here was clearly spotting bullishness. The order flow here was clearly showing signs of bullishness. As you can see, it came from this very high to this low to this high. Let's go from this very high. This is our lower high, our lower low, our lower high, our lower low. We had this structure shift to the upside here. This was the first sign of bullishness I saw in GBPUSD a couple of weeks ago. So we had this structure shift to the upside here. Here's our high. Now, price stayed around this very range for quite a while. It was manipulating lots of traders and finally created it. Although some persons might think this is a higher high, but like this wasn't a higher high because it failed to take out this very previous high. You feel me? So this was where price created a new higher low. So after higher low, what else should we expect for price to do? Continuation to the upside, being higher high, and this was where price broke above this previous high, and this was, I think, last 2 weeks Friday NFP or thereabouts. Yeah, I think so. This was where we created a new high high. And after we must have created a high high, what else should we expect price to do? A retracement into the discount array to give us buying opportunity to continue looking out for higher prices. So as price was around here on Monday, beginning of the week, I was very certain that we will expect retracement to the downside before continuation of the actual bullish movement. And this was the narrative, this was the logic behind me looking out for bearishness on GBPUSD last week. So I expect something like this, maybe just below the 50% and then continuation to the upside. It's that simple. So as price was around here, I went to weekly time frame. I saw an FVG that was sitting pretty clean around the yo. This was the FVG. So I think I marked it out that day on Monday. I dropped it on the Telegram group. I told everyone there to pay attention to the FVG, and most persons even actually caught the what is it called? The snipe. Immediately it tapped into the FVG. You feel me? So that's why it's important for you to make sure you join that Telegram group. So it tapped into it, and as you can see how it started dropping immediately. So let's go back to, okay, let's label it first. Weekly FVG. Side right, sharp. Let's go back to, okay, from this weekly FVG, if price trades into a higher time frame fair value gap, next thing you should look out for is how it reacts off from it. So I got my reaction on 15-minute time frame. On my first reaction on 15 minutes time frame, you can see the FVG, you can see how price just tapped into it, and this was exactly New York session skill zone. As you can see, price tapped into it for the, I think this was the first time it kissed to it, and this was the second time it traded into it properly, and this was exactly 7 a.m. New York local time, which is a New York session Q zone. You feel me? So after it taps into the FVG, you can see the immediate displacement to the downside. Now, what do you know about displacements? What comes to your mind when you see displacement like this? It means that that like the market, it's feeling in like market is not feeling the vibe of continuing towards the upside. As you can see, it was trading to the upside, and all of a sudden, immediately we got to New York sessions key zone, price displaced to the downside immediately, and led to this very first structure shift to the downside. This is our market structure shift to the downside. Let's label it MSS. MSS. Bottom, center, exactly. Yo, so after that, I know lots of traders were expecting price to come back to maybe the premium area here, maybe to this OB, or maybe even if it's maybe the middle of this FVG or something like that for them to frame their sell setup from. But no, in respect to the time of the day, because we are already trading inside New York section, so market was in a haste to achieve what it was meant to achieve that very day, being on that last week's Monday. So I saw this breaker block. I knew price was definitely gonna use it. And yeah, I dropped this setup on Telegram as well. You can check it out. Before, like I mean, I dropped it before price traded and activated the limit order and started running into profits. So this is BB or breaker block. Yeah, inside right, exactly. So price traded into this breaker block and gave this second structure shift to the downside. This was what gave me extra confidence to be certain that price has shown um, clear signs that it is unable to go to the continue going to the upside to probably mitigate this OP here or to refill this FVG here. So this was our MSS again, bottom center, yeah. So after that, I went down to the 5 minutes time frame. And out to the 5 minutes time frame. That was where I got my sniper entry from. Yeah. It was just that simple. Exactly. Now, this is our 15 minutes breaker block. This is our market structure shift to the downside that the market gave us after we had that mitigation at the breaker block level. And this here was a valid order block. Now, the funny aspect of this thing is I actually got this sell from here. The setup I dropped. This was the entry level it had. You can go check it out at the Telegram group. This was the entry level. This FVG, this little FVG here. And I think I made use of this very first structure shifts here. Use of this very first structure shifts here. So you can consider this to be structure shift as well. If you go down to your 1 minute or 3 minutes time frame, and we don't have that luxury of time to go through all those time frames. So this was the first place I had my limits on, and yeah, price came back, traded to it, and this was it. Invalidation level was just at the high here. And my first target was this First target was Friday's low, I think. Friday's low. Oh, this was Friday's low. No. This is not Friday's low. But like this is a sell side liquidity. Now my second target was here. This is a sell side liquidity. I mean to say this is a sell side liquidity. This is a sell side liquidity. And my major target was 50% of this entire previous range. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. Yeah, so my major target was just 50% of the entire range, going from this low to this high. So this very level here was the dealing range. The previous swing, the previous range, 50% is where I framed my major take profit level from. As you can see, price traded to it. This was on Wednesday. Price traded to it on Wednesday and started giving rejection. So that was a valid level to take your profits from. Feel me? So let's go back to let me write this down as well. 50%. 50% exactly. 50% top. All right. Perfect. So let's go back to our 50 minutes time frame. So this was the logic behind my take profit level. You can see price kept on dropping from that very Monday New York session till Wednesday. This was Wednesday's London session, of which it continued to the downside because I still have just a little size of my position that I'm still holding. I plan on holding it down below this liquidity that got built up here. Probably price will react up from somewhere here, or maybe just any of these zones here. So that's just it. Now, if you notice on that very Monday, price ran through Friday's high, and this is one thing I don't joke with. This gives me lots of confidence in respect to the weekly bias. So for the fact we had a run above previous week's Friday, then I'm certainly being bearish for that week. You all that knows me know how we roll. This is something I just don't mess with because it happens like magic. Like this shit exposes me to what I can boldly tell you that lots of traders out there don't even put into consideration. And trust me, go and backtest it. I mean, the previous week Friday's range, when price trades below Friday's low in the beginning of a new week, then there's a high probability that we'll be expecting higher prices for that week. And when price trades above Friday's range high in the beginning of the week, then there is a high probability we'll be having a bearish week for that week. So this was just the simple logic behind me catching this sell sort of being the high of the week on GBPUSD. And yeah, this was another setup. Although I did not engage because I was in a meeting, I forgot to set limit or something like that. Yeah, this was on Thursday. We had a run above previous day's high. This is Wednesday's high. And yeah, this is it. Previous day high, previous day high. Perfect. Top left. Yeah. So we had a run above previous day's high. And this was during London session. We had this immediate displacement to the downside. After that high got taken. And I think if you go down here, you'll as well see a sell setup. If you go down to the lower time frame, That's why you see a sell setup that was printed perfectly here. And although if you missed it, that's still very much okay. You can see price displays to the downside and give this 15-minute stock structure shift to the downside as well. So here you have it. I love seeing displacements like this in price a lot. I love it. And this is your structure shifts in your MSS. Bottom, center, excellent. And as you can see, price came back. On this case, price came back to the premium of this previous range. And you can see the OB, the other block, that was printed perfectly there. This is your 15-minute order block. OB, top, right, excellent. So, and this gave me, I think that was around 1:4 to 5. Yeah, I think it was up to 1:5. I got in here. I think this is very, yeah, my profit taking, my Excel was around this, like the high of the OB. You can see the other block, right? The blue candle, the bullish candle, that is your bearish other block. The blue candle there, which is the bullish candle, is your bearish other block. So I took my profits around here at this low. It was on Wednesday's low, previous day's low. Although I did not engage, but like if at all I was to engage, it should have been the narrative. Like this was the narrative I had, but like I wasn't opportune to push the button. So I think this is just it. And yeah, so come next week, if we are still going to remain bullish, I expect price to run below Friday's low. That is, we are still going to continue bullish. But I'm very much certain that the other flow is obviously bullish. Although lots of persons are saying otherwise. But I love working with my narrative because 80% of the time I'm always correct. So I expect price to run below Friday's low, something like this, below Friday's low, before start seeing continuation to the upside. So it's that simple. So like as I said earlier, be expecting educational content like this in subsequent times to come. And if you are yet to follow or subscribe, please do well to do that, and as well engage. If you've got any question, you can comment and I'll certainly give you feedback. Thank you very much. Bless up.